Well, I thought I would do a video tonight talking about GTA 6. Do I think it will be delayed or not? Well, I think at the moment, I think it's too early to really speculate on GTA 6 being delayed. Obviously, we know that as of time of recording, it is still scheduled for release next autumn, sometime between obviously September and December of 2025. Now, obviously, I think, you look at the two previous games that have come out, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, both were actually delayed. Now, GTA 5 was actually scheduled for release in the spring of 2013 and was pushed back until October that year. You also had the Red Dead Redemption 2, which was actually scheduled for release in the spring, in March, I think around March of 2018, and ended up actually being pushed back around 6 months until October that year, and then it came out obviously in October of 2018. Now, judging on the fact that the two previous games that Rockstar released were delayed, you have to think that maybe a delay for GTA 6 could potentially be a possibility. I mean, the thing is, I don't see a delay. I mean, some people would see a delay for the game as being a negative thing, but I wouldn't see it as that. I think it would be a positive thing, because I think that, if the game being delayed for a certain amount of time means that we actually get a pitch perfect game when it comes out, I don't have a problem with that, because it's a win-win kind of thing. They delay the game, which means that there would be a bit of chance of the game being absolutely, perfect when it does come out. Now, we know that Rockstar Games will want GTA 6 to be, the best game ever when it does come out. I mean, obviously we've not had the second trailer for the game yet. I'm assuming we'll get that maybe sometime in the new year. I don't know. But it remains to be seen. I think obviously, people, Rockstar won't want their reception towards GTA 5 to be kind of negative, but I'm sure they'll do whatever they can do to avoid that. Whether that's delaying the game for a few months or whatever. Who knows? But it remains to be seen what happens with Rockstar Games, with GTA 6. I think, things are very up in the air at the moment. I think nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen with the game. Rockstar Games haven't said anything. They haven't actually said that the game is going to be delayed. Obviously, they've not said anything along those lines just yet. But it can't help but be, I guess, with the previous two games being delayed, it can't help but be a little bit fearful. I mean, obviously, I'm fully aware that things could very well change within the next few months, or within the next 6 months. Things could change, and Rockstar could very well end up announcing that the game has been delayed. I don't know if that will happen. I don't think people would want that to happen, but I think you have to bear it in mind that it could happen, because delays have happened with the previous two games. GTA 5 was delayed slightly, Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed slightly. The same thing could happen with GTA 6. I know that fans wouldn't want that, but the thing is, as I said, I think if the game was delayed, people would really kind of see that as a negative thing rather than a positive thing. People would be saying, the game's delayed, it means we've got GTA 5 for a bit longer and blah, blah, blah. But I think at the end of the day, it means that we've got more of a chance of seeing a perfect game, and, a bigger chance of the game being rock solid when it comes out. There not being too many issues with the game, because that's the problem. That's the thing you got to think about it, is that Rockstar won't want there to be too many issues with the game when it first comes out. And I know that they'll be doing whatever they can to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm sure you can expect there to be a few glitches that, are seen in the game, but I doubt there would be anything too kind of game breaking or too or that would ruin the game in particular. I mean, I don't think there's any real kind of glitches or anything in GTA 5 that ruin the gameplay in general. I think, for me, I think GTA 5 was a very solid game. I don't think there's too many issues with it. I don't think there's ever been too many problems with it, as far as I'm aware. But I mean, the game, I mean, things are not, a delay wouldn't be all bad for, GTA, a delay for GTA 6. It's not something that I would see as a bad thing. Um, because I know it would mean that we have a higher chance of actually seeing a decent game when it comes out, you know? So, I mean, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be too nervous about a delay for the game. I think, people are still expecting that to happen, and I think, and I won't blame people for that, considering, when you consider the facts, you look at the fact that the two previous games, Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5, were both delayed but they weren't, when you think about it, the delays for the game, for both previous games, weren't that severe. Like, it wasn't like they were pushed back for a year or they were pushed back, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed for around half a year. It was pushed back for 6 months. And I think there was only I think the game for GTA 5, I think GTA 5 was only delayed for about a few months. I know it was delayed, but I think it wasn't for more than 6 months. I don't think any game that Rockstar has released has ever been delayed by more than 6 months. So, I think if GTA 6 was delayed, it would probably be up to a 6 month delay. I don't think it would be any longer than that. But I think Rockstar will do whatever they can do to make sure they can, whatever they can do to avoid a delay, to get the game out ready for the Christmas season, for the festive season next year. Obviously we don't know what's going to happen yet. Obviously we don't know if it is going to be delayed or not. It's too. I think at the end of the day, it's one of those things that's kind of impossible to say at the moment. It's impossible to all. But I think some fans have already kind of started predicting that the game is going to be delayed due to the fact that the previous two games, Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 were both delayed. It wasn't necessary, it is unfortunate that that's happened, but that those delays happen, and I'm sure that Rockstar won't want GTA 6 to be delayed for any longer than it needs, for any longer than it necessarily needs to be. I mean, all I can say is that if the game does get delayed, there will be a very good reason for that. I think this is the thing. Rockstar won't just delay a game for no reason. If they choose to delay, or if any game developer delays a game that they're planning to release, there's normally always a good reason for that. And that would be that they're ironing out a few issues, or they've got to fix a few things and polish a few things before it's ready for release. Just because they've delayed the game doesn't mean the game's completely broken. It doesn't mean that. It just means that there's a few little things that might need to be fixed before they can release it. I mean, I know that fans don't want to be patient, but we've had GTA 5 for so long. I think we just have to see what happens. I think it's impossible to all at this point. Though. I think it's impossible. I don't think it's really possible to kind of speculate on that at the moment, because it's just one of those things. Like, there's no way of speculating on that. I think all of the speculation. There's so many rumors going around, so much different information coming out from various different insiders. But I don't want to believe any of the information. And some people might think this is a negative thing, but I will only believe something if it actually comes from Rockstar, that officially comes from Rockstar themselves. If the information has not come from Rockstar, I will not believe what's being said. I would not believe the rumors that are going around at the moment, you know, and people shouldn't believe these rumours that are being circulated on the internet, all this information is being put out there by these idiot YouTubers like Mr. Twat for the win or Mr. Twat for the win, who's often posting so many fake YouTube videos, you know, about ridiculous videos about GTA 6. You know, don't believe anything he says in his videos. You know, the guy's talking talking jack shit. You know, the guy's talking out his fucking jacksie. That's what he's doing. So don't believe a single word he says in his videos. You know, you should only really believe the information if it's officially come from Rockstar. If they're able to say the game's delayed, then yeah, you would believe them, because why would, you know, you would know that it's more official. You know, just don't take any of the information that is coming from the insiders or whatever for granted. You have to take that sort of information with a pinch of salt. You know, you cannot really believe anything until it officially comes from the game developers themselves, aka Rockstar Games. If they were to say something about it, it would be more official. Then you would start believing them. You would start believing them a little bit more than you would believe these insiders. You'd have to be an idiot to believe anything these insiders come out with. Because they're talking, you know, most of the time these insiders who claim to actually have information are talking out their fucking buttocks. That's what they're doing, they're talking out their buttocks. You know, it's just, I mean, obviously, you know, as I said, all we can do is just really hope for the best and hope that by this time next year, we will all be playing GTA 6. But yeah, it remains, you know, there is that chance. I would say, if I had to say how high it is, I would say possibly a 30 to 40% chance of a delay. And that's what I'm saying, there's a chance, but I don't think it's a big chance. I mean, some people might think there is a big chance that the game will be delayed, considering the two previous games were delayed, but I don't see that. I don't think at the moment, there is no reason whatsoever to believe that GTA 6 is going to be delayed. No one has said anything, there has been no information regarding that as a possibility, you know, saying that as a possibility, no concrete information from Rockstar. Rockstar Games have not come out themselves and said that that there is a possibility of a delay for GTA 6. Maybe that's something they will come out within the new year, that you know, we could still see. But I think people need to calm down a little bit. You know, I think people are getting a bit worried for no reason. You know, people need to calm down a little bit, you know, and let's stall the ball, as Mrs. Brown would say. Let's stall the ball. Let's relax the hats. And let's just, you know, let's not start getting too nervous or too scared or too worried until Rockstar have actually said anything themselves. Once they've said anything, if they were to say if the game's been delayed, then you can start to worry. But do not take any notice of anything, any information whatsoever to come from insiders who claim to have information. Because they're talking out of their jacksies. You know, wait until Rockstar says something, because then it's more official. Don't believe anything any of these flipping insiders say when it came to have information, because they're talking absolute bullshit. You know, you should only take those their reports or their info as, you know, with a pinch of salt. Don't take the information that is coming from these insiders too seriously. Wait until the information officially comes from Rockstar Games themselves before you start choosing to believe it. That's what I'm gonna say. Is people don't need to be panicking just yet, because there's been no official word on a potential delay for the game. As I said, as far as I'm aware of the time, you know, as far as I'm aware of, the game is still scheduled for release in next autumn. But I am aware that could all change. But I won't see that as a negative thing if the game does get delayed. As I said, I won't see it as a negative thing if it means that if a delay means that we get a perfect game at release when it does release. I won't have a problem with that, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I did my thoughts on that. You know, and kind of set the record straight with a lot of things. But that's just the thing is, there's just so many rumors. There's there's so much like speculation going on online, and there's so many of these insiders who claim to have information, and it's like people don't know who to believe at the moment. But as I said, you should only believe Rockstar Games and not any of these insiders who claim to have information. Don't believe any information that these idiots like Mr. Bolton and Mr. Fate House for the Mr. Fuck the World, is putting out on his YouTube channel every day. When he posts his videos about GTA 6, he's talking bullshit as well most of the time. It should only, as I said, the information should only really be believed if it comes directly from the games developers themselves, aka Rockstar Games. If the information comes from them, then you can start to believe it's true. But if it comes from the insiders or Mr. Fuck the World on YouTube, don't believe a word they say. Don't take any notice of what they're saying because they're talking out their jackses. You should only believe what is coming, believe anything that is coming directly from Rockstar Games. Simple as that. End of. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you for another one soon. Bye bye.